everybody. I don't know if you can see me very well. Let's scoot it back a little bit. Welcome back to my channel, our channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for watching. You can begin this journey with us because we're just starting this off. It's me and my husband and my baby Axe, baby boy. So do not think if you are watching along that we have forgotten about you. We've actually tried. We played a whole game of Ellen's Heads Up, recorded that for you guys. I won't get too much into this because this isn't the fun stuff. So what we're really here to talk about today is spooky stuff. But so we recorded that. It didn't work out. I did a whole get ready with me, and then I was gonna take you guys out to our friends. He had a party for his, I don't know, pro racing card. I had a whole video made. It all basically was lost. So we've realized it's the computer's problem and we've ordered a new computer. So that's good. We will hopefully be uploading more lately. Sorry, I'm only staring up here so much because I just don't know if you guys can see me or not at all. It doesn't look like it. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to be talking about today is we are going to go spooking tonight when Trey gets off work. So I have a list of the places we're going to go. And I also want to talk about why I believe in paranormal and ghosts. I'm sure my stepdad wouldn't, well, he's not my stepdad anymore. My mom's ex-husband, he was my stepdad for many, many years. Wouldn't mind if I mentioned all of this. You can actually Google him, or no, YouTube, my bad, YouTube. I put in the gray lady, and, the gray lady in gray, Greencastle, Indiana. So if you put that in, the lady in gray, Greencastle, Indiana, and you go down a little bit to the ghost of Greencastle, I'm not positive if that's like the actual for sure video, but the guy in that video, he is was my stepdad, my mother's ex. So he actually has those pictures. I've been wondering if I could get a hold of him maybe and see if I could get them and like put them on here or something, or at least put them in a different clip. But it's crazy, the pictures. And then I'm also going to, when I go through the list of places we're going to go, I'm going to tell you things that have happened to me, things that have happened when I've been with Trey, with a past friend. Just, I've definitely had things happen to me before where I cannot explain them whatsoever. We've even seen like pictures with very weird things in them with my husband Trey. So we're gonna go back to that place tonight, yay, and see if anything happens. But so first off, we're gonna talk about the Edna Collins Bridge, and I'll go ahead and I will read you off what the story is about Edna Collins. So basically, Edna Collins Bridge was built in 1922 in Greencastle, Indiana. It's one of many covered bridges in the Midwest and one of many bridges that just so happen to be haunted. The story goes that little Edna Collins was a great swimmer and she loved swimming in Walnut Creek, right below the bridge. She would play and swim there often with her dog. Her parents would often, wow, I've never read this actually, so that makes this even creepier what I'm going to tell you. So swear, I wish I would have told the story beforehand. Anyways, when Trey gets home, we'll ask him. I'll just ask him what I say I see when I go there, and every time I see it, something crazy happens. But anyways, so her parents would often leave her to play by the creek while they went into town. It was like, whatever. Okay. When her parents came back from town, they would park on the bridge, honk 3 times to let Edna know they were there to pick her up. One day they honked their horn. Edna never showed up. They searched for her and found that she had drowned in the creek. So sometimes people supposedly hear her screaming. Her mother also went home and was so distraught that she hanged herself. and the house, we'll show you guys the house. It's right directly. Maybe we'll show you the house. I think some people finally moved in, so I don't know, out of respect for them, we might not show you the house, but we might. I don't know. We'll see. Because the house is there that they grew up in. She grew up in. Okay, and then it says, if you want to see the ghost of Edna, you stop, turn off your car, honk 3 times. We'll show you all this tonight. She's supposed to appear. Also, she's supposed to get in your car. I've never had that happen ever. That would be very crazy. I probably would have thought it was cool, though. So she's still looking for a ride home after all this time, basically. But people have reported hearing children's laughter or seeing small handprints appear in the fog of their windows. So, reading that, I'm going to stop right there and tell my story. So, I went out there with 2 friends way back in high school, and this is 100% honesty. If you guys want to believe me, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. But this is what happened. We were out there on the bridge, and we heard a couple weird noises. The guys kind of got spooked, so we ended up leaving. And when we got back into town, there was foggy handprints on the back window. That did happen. I have quite a few stories about this place, so I'm going to try and make it quick. I went out there one time with 2 friends, a guy and a girl, and I sat in like the middle. I'm out of focus, sorry. A ghost. It's a ghost. Hey. Hello. I need a drink of my Coke anyways. Hang on just a second. Okay, so anyways, back to what I was saying. I forgot. Okay, so the handprints happened. I was with a guy and a girl. I sat in the middle of the seats because I was really scared. I was super nervous, and so I was like, I'm just gonna sit up here in the front of you guys in the middle. And he took the car keys out, and my friend, the girl, was freaking out. She was like, put the keys back in case we need to start the car and go fast, whatever. And the entire car shook at one point. I'm not sure if like we heard things up until that point or if it was just the entire car, but it literally felt like something took the car and just shook it. Also, my stepdad, one time, we were out there parked on the bridge, and he said, wouldn't you just shit if we turned around and seen her standing at the back of the bridge through the back window? And as soon as my stepdad said that, my mom said that she felt something. No. Something flew across the dash and hit my mom's foot. That's what happened. Yes, that's the truth. So multiple things have happened on this bridge. Let's move on, because we'll just see if anything happens tonight. How about that? We don't have any ghost equipment. I wish we did, which brings me to the next place, which is, well, no, I'm saving the best for last. So it doesn't bring me to the next place. The next place is Spooklight. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. It is in Indiana. So the story behind Spooklight, I'm going to make this very short and sweet. So it says, it was a cool October evening. Old man Lowry was waiting up for his daughter, his only child, to return home. So the story goes that she basically never returned home, and okay, he was becoming frantic. It was a horse and buggy. Grabbing his raincoat, he dashed out the door. So his daughter had went on a date. That's the story. His daughter had went on a date and wasn't returning home, so it was the horse and buggy. Grabbing his raincoat, he rushed out the door. Once he got to the buggy, it was said that her head was chopped off and thrown from the buggy, I guess from the guy that she had went out with. Clearly not the right choice for Rebecca, but not to disrespect Rebecca by any means, but clearly not the right choice of a man. So that's the story out there. but you will see often, because he supposedly looked for her long after her death with a lantern, and you'll see like a light go across. It says that if you dare to turn around on the top of the hill, but me and my stepdad we've gotten out a spook light. It's not quite that spooky, but if we see a light, it might make some of you skeptics like, oh, there is a light, why is it there? Because it's definitely not a car. I've seen it many, 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 many times, and there's no car that ever shows up, so it is a completely unexplainable light. So it's weird. Okay, we also have 100 steps. We will go there tonight at midnight because this is what the story says. Okay, so countdown to death at 100 steps. Alright, hundreds, let's skip that part. According to legend, if you go to the cemetery at midnight, you must count each step as you climb to the top of the hill. Once you arrive at the top, you should stand facing the open field. It's very, very creepy up here, guys. I'm telling you, very creepy. I've been up there probably like only twice. I'm sorry, someone's lawn mowing right now at the apartment. Just excuse that. What can you do? Hopefully this video eventually goes up, so we can just cross our fingers for that. But okay, so it's very creepy up there. You face the open field where the grave plots lie. In doing so, you will be greeted by the spirit of the cemetery's first undertaker, who will, without uttering a single word, reveal to you how you're going to die in a chilling vision. Once the undertaker vanishes, you are expected to do an about face and scurry back down the steps, counting each step along the way as you had done before. Upon reaching the bottom of the hill, so it's supposed to be 100 on the way up and then 100 on the way down. But if you don't count the 100 on the way down, then supposedly you are going to die, as the undertaker's vision told you. If you were lucky enough to have a different number going down than you did going up, the vision is believed to be a false prophecy. Hang on. So if you get the 100 steps on the way down, then you're going to die that way, I guess. I've only went up this, like I said, like twice, because the steps are so bad, which you will see tonight. They're really, really scary. They're really broken down, and I don't know, it's just kind of sketchy walking up them. You can hardly even count them, but I'll try my very hardest to count every single step. Then once we get to the top, we'll see if we see anything. If we don't see anything, we'll take pictures and stuff, because I've never even walked around up there. I got to the top and was like, this is too creepy, I'm scared to walk back down. I'll have to hold on to Trey, I already know it. But yeah, so that's 100 steps, and we'll be going there. So next is Crybaby Cemetery. I saved the best for last because this is where, not because of the name, it's terrible, it's a horrible thing. It's supposedly there's not really a background story to this, because I don't know if it's just like a local thing where people know about, but it's supposedly just a cemetery full of babies. And the story, what you're supposed to hear is the sound of babies crying, or if you put baby powder around your car, if you sprinkle it all the way around the car, you might have baby footsteps in the baby powder. So there's those, but I have different stories. So here are my stories. When I was very young, I went out there with my mom, my stepdad, and at the time, and a friend, and everyone kind of started sniffling. I was very young, so no one was really saying much, but eventually it gotten to the point where my mom was like, my stepdad is my ex-stepdad was very, not a ghost, just the apartment manager knocking on the other apartment's door, and I wanted to know what was going on. So anyways, my stepdad, we'll call him Terry because that's his name. So he's just super into, like, I don't know, he's told me stories that could literally still chill me to the bone. It was scary. He's had things happen to him ever since he was like young. But that's not my story to tell. I'd have to get a hold of him and ask if that was okay to talk about those stories. But like I said, that I just grew up around that, and we also, like I said, went spooking a lot. and all of that. So when he said he got a weird feeling, it was like very eerie. So we were in the cemetery, and he was like, I have a weird feeling, kind of, I don't know, maybe we should go, because like we were very young when we were at that cemetery. And he's also into like making masks and stuff. He has a thing called Cemetery Gate Productions. I doubt he'd care that I'm telling the whole world that on YouTube. So if you guys want to look that up, yeah, he's really good at that type of stuff. But anyways, so he's like, I'm getting a weird feeling or whatever. We ended up turning on the car lights, and we were all like crying, and the name of the cemetery is Cry Baby Cemetery. So my mom was like, let's get out of here, let's go. Super creepy. Then like I said, I've had quite a bit of creepy stuff happen, but one night in particular, me and my husband and one of our friends decided to go spooking, and we went to a bunch of places first, and we ended up meeting up with a group of people that we did not know, but they had like ghost hunting equipment and stuff. It was really cool. So we were like, maybe we should all go somewhere together, and we asked them if they had heard of that place, and they're like, no, and we're like, well, we've had spooky stuff happen out there, and they're like, let's go. So we all followed each other out there, and like I said, we didn't know these people, so I'm not sure if like their ghost hunting equipment was for real or not, but it was picking up a lot of crazy stuff when we got out there, so we all started telling stories and stuff. And long story short, my husband went over to this one certain stone, and I think there is older people buried there. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if they just call it that. It's terrible, like I said, but I think there are, because we looked at a couple stones. But anyways, they stood by a certain tall stone, and I think it was an older person. And they like got by it, and we took a couple pictures. And I didn't even look at them because it was on, I think I might have taken the pictures, or I'm not sure. Maybe they took them, but either way, it was their camera. And they kind of walked away because we were all just like walking around and stuff. And my husband and me and one of the guys that was with their group and a couple other people with their group walked down towards the woods. And all of a sudden, it was not windy out or anything, not a windy night whatsoever. All of a sudden, the trees started shaking, and we weren't even sure what they were, but like these big things started falling from the trees, and it like was really close to my husband. I was like, you need to get out of there, and he's like, no, this is crazy. So they stood down there for a while, and they kept falling, and the trees would wave and stuff, and then they walked back up, and it like completely stopped. And so then I was like intrigued. I'm like, I want to go down there with you guys. And so I walked down there, and the same thing kind of started happening again. It just felt like there was like almost wind right where we were at, and these things were falling, and I don't know quite how big they were or what they were. I don't know if it was like an apple tree and we didn't know it, or like something, but something was falling out of the tree, and they seemed like pretty big objects. And it was so dark, we didn't carry lights down there with us. The people that had stayed back had a bunch of stuff. Like I said, they had the camera and everything. Well, we ended up walking back up, and the people with the camera were like, guys, get over here. So we go over, and we start looking through the pictures that they took by that one stone of like the older person, and it was crazy. It seemed like there was not even just orbs, there was a lot of orbs, like, but it almost seemed like shades of just like a ghost. A ghost. But yeah, it was very weird. So we'll go back there just because things have happened or whatever. Like I said, I don't really like going there because of the name of it and stuff, but it is spooky, so we're gonna go. And I don't like this stuff because I'm like, we're super into like horror when we do love it, but like I believe in God, I'm a Christian and everything. I just do believe that there is ghosts. So maybe we can find some stuff tonight for you guys. Maybe we can debunk things. I don't know. We'll see for skeptics out there. But everything we do is going to be completely honest, and we're not going to try to creep you guys out or make any weird noises and fake it. We're actually going to go spooking, and hopefully we see some stuff. So yeah. Also, I wanted to tell one more other quick story, just because it's really spooky. So me and my mom, we went to a place called, me, my mom, Terry, and an old friend of mine, a girl, went to a place called Step Cemetery, and the story is like, the mom used to, I don't know, she had lost a child or something, so she would bury, or dig the grave up and hold her child, and so she just did that, and then even after she died, people supposedly would see her up there. So we decided to go up one night, and it was like this really, 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 really long path. Like, it was so long. It's through a forestry, which people have died leaving the forestry, and like hitting trees randomly and stuff. So I don't know, it was kind of creepy. I was pretty young, like I said, but we went up there, and so we walked on this path, and it takes us like a long, long while to get down the path. Like, I would say like maybe 2-mile walk, maybe. I don't know, maybe not that long, but it was a while. So we finally get up, and this path is like very, very, very narrow, and so we're walking 2 and 2, my mom and Terry, and then me and my friend. And so we get to the top, and it's a huge open cemetery, and my stepdad had claimed that a bunch of stuff had happened here, or maybe maybe not a bunch, but the scariest thing that had ever happened to him had happened here. So we were all really freaked out, and it had something to do with a black shadowy figure or whatever. And we were in there, and we like literally seen a black shadow like flying through the trees, or what it sounded like. And also, when we got up to the top, the stump that the mother would sit at had a tea light lit. And I don't know if you guys know this, but tea lights, yes, they do stay lit for quite some time, but you know when a tea light has just freshly been lit, because it's still, you know, like all the wax is not melted. So this tea light looked like it had just been lit, and we walked up this path where we were surrounded by nothing but trees for miles and miles, and so it was just very, very odd. We ended up walking down because he started to get the weird feeling, I believe, and like after we started to hear that like kind of rush through the forest, and it almost seemed like a shadow was like running. It was so creepy, it was so scary. But we started walking down the path, and we're like rushing, and it's like so narrow. Like I said, we're hurrying, and we all of a sudden, like, he's shining the light down on the path so we can like run, basically. We were all pretty scared, and then shining it up back at, you know, to see where we're going through the trees and stuff, and like stay on the path. And all of a sudden he shines it up, and we see a park ranger. And the guy is very creepy, and me and my mom just talked about it on the phone. But he was looking down like this, and didn't show his face a lot, and literally only said, "Can't be up here after dark, guys." Like, in such a creepy voice. And so we were all just like, okay, sorry, you know, didn't think anything of it. Kept running for a while, but not too long, and we were like, I'm pretty sure one of us was like, what if we turn around and like he's just gone? And we turned around and we shined the light, and like we couldn't see him. And this path is like so long, and we had, I don't know, it was very, very scary. So this is reasons why I believe. And because I just had, like, maybe he was real, but maybe he wasn't. And I don't know. So Trey just texted me and said he's like about to pull up, so I'm waiting. I think I just seen him pull up. He should be coming up the stairs any minute. We're gonna ask him about the Edna Collins thing, what I say that I see every time I go there. Oh, I hear his boots coming up the stairs. He should have. Hey, babe.
Hey.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Okay, so I've been vlogging, and I need you to tell them, because I started reading stories about Edna Collins, and I found out something I didn't even know. I really didn't, but what do I see every time I go out there?
The dog. A dog.
Did you know that? Like, no, I always see dogs running though, and then something scary happens.
Yeah.
And have we seen a dog out there?
Yeah.
Have we?
All across the bridge. We were parked on the bridge, and then.
Did you know that she had her dog with her when she drowned?
I don't think so. I think we read about it or something.
Did we?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Either way, we knew eventually.
Eventually, maybe, yeah. But every time we go, we see a dog. So when we're on our way out there tonight,
And there's a house.
I already told them about the house.
Well,
But
someone lives in the house.
yeah, people live there now. That's what I told them too. I don't know if I just said her, like it's
We'll
just. All
videotape the house for y'all too.
Should we though? Because people live there. So is that like rude to do?
That's Eddie Collins' house.
But it's like we can't. We're just gonna show it for a second, anyways. It's just gonna be like a clip of it. But that's where the mom hung herself, right?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, have you ever been out there? Have you had scary stories without me?
No. I
No?
didn't know about that place until you. Well, I've never been to that place until we got together.
Have you ever been to Crybaby, though?
Not other than
Or like
you.
100 Steps? Or any of the places we're going?
Been to
so-
Spook Light.
Have we not had scary things happen? Have you seen this light ever since we've went
I'll
to
tell you
Spook Light?
what, whenever we went to Crybaby with Tanner and
I already
all
told us,
those
yeah.
random people,
Yeah.
you took the picture, whoever took the picture
I said it
of
wasn't
me,
even just like orbs. It
and
was
in
like.
the background with where the trees were, you could see like a human shadow.
Yes, it was like I told.
I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like, it was creepy.
Yeah.
And then I walked into the woods, and did shit not start, like,
Falling. I said,
like,
I don't know
at
if it was
me, like 2 feet away from me.
Yeah, and I walked down there for a second too, and then remember when you guys walked out, or we all walked out or whatever, it just stopped.
Uh-huh.
And then we walked back down there, and it started happening again.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. So, hopefully some crazy stuff happens. We'll have to go back
It's
to that
so
area.
dark out
Because
there.
it's kind of like, where we walked was off out like into the trees.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like necessarily in
We're
the
heading
cemetery.
back towards the road.
Yeah, and I said like the people who took the pictures had stayed back, and like we didn't even see the pictures
Yeah, because it was
until
me,
we got back.
you, and then another kid.
Yep,
walking
and
in the
then
woods.
maybe, yes, exactly that's what I said.
And then shit started getting
Yeah.
real. Someone did not want us in those woods.
No, someone did not.
I
and
thought I
then
was going to get hit
Oh, I
with
didn't even-
something, and I don't even know it was falling.
I didn't even. Alright, guys. We are almost to Edna Collins Bridge, and we are, low-key, high-key, kind of freaking out a little bit. Because we've never, like, asked ever. So I guess we've just went spooking. We've never went ghost hunting. We've never, like, sat and asked questions before.
We just hope no one's here.
Yeah, we hope that's another thing too. Okay, we're getting up to the house, so I'm gonna. What? Hang on just a second. So this is where.
It's still up here a bit.
Well, I didn't want to miss it. Alright, this is gonna be where she grew up. The house that you're about to see. And it looks like it's somewhere like in the garage. This is so weird. We used to come out here all the time and nobody would be here.
Nobody.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna flip it back. If I can zoom in for you guys. Just stay at the stop sign for a hot minute.
Sorry, whoever lives here, but your house is
On a vlog.
a little freakish.
Oh, they're definitely home. They're like there. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead.
That's their house.
Yep, that's the house. Okay.
He's probably gonna come down here and try to scare us or something.
Probably. I'm all the way zoomed in. Oh. Okay, here we go. I'm back. So that was the house.
Did they even see it?
Yeah, I think I zoomed in on good enough. I don't know. Just checking stuff out. We haven't seen any dogs at all. We're getting nervous, but we're scared that since it's so close to Halloween comment below. Let us know if you guys know that. I'm gonna take him with the flash on, I guess.
I might do both.
Yeah, we might do both. What was that? Did you hear that noise? Alright, so this is the bridge. Slow down just a smidgen. There's nobody here. That's good. Nobody that we see.
Here she may be.
Alright, slow down. I want to be able to like see the bridge. Okay. Yep. Here we go. Now we gotta turn around.
1922.
Alright, now we gotta turn around. Okay. I guess I'm gonna put the camera on.
You gotta be facing this.
Yeah, you gotta be facing the other way. And everything's supposed to be dark, and we don't have night vision on here, so yes, you guys are just gonna have to trust us. That we're not doing any of the stuff that we're doing because we're supposed to keep the car dark.
What fun would it be if
My
we
heart's
fucked
like,
with you? Be no fun for us.
I can't bleep that out. Sorry, language. I'm nervous. Alright, we're gonna honk 3 times. Turn our lights all off, and then I guess I'll ask some questions.
Right here?
Yep, that's good right here.
Turn the car off.
Yeah. Well, we're in the complete dark, guys. Honk 3 times. Okay, don't do any more than that just because people live around here. Is there a spirit here with us? If so, please make yourself known.
We're gonna have to get one of those ghost
EMF,
meters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just pay attention to what?
I thought I heard a dog bark.
You're freaking me out
I
already.
swear to God.
I feel like I see something up there.
Guys, it's like pitch black.
Yeah, obvious so they can tell. Turn your light like on our faces or something. Make sure you pay attention for cars in case we have to leave.
No one
What
in the
other-
back seat.
What other questions do you want me to
Can't
ask?
see
You ask
nothing
a
out there.
You ask a question.
What should I have?
Whoever's here, do you want to be stuck here?
Did you drown or were you murdered?
We gotta start the car. There's a car coming. We gotta start the car, guys. There's a car coming. So far, we're not getting anything at all. Is the car going? Okay. I gotta where's my phone? So far, we're not getting anything at all.
It's very rare, I feel, that you get stuff out here though.
I'm kind of disappointed because I was very nervous. That was a little truck. I don't know. That was the truck that was at the house.
Yeah, sure was.
That was the truck that was at the house. It 100% was. Not that that's... What's he doing? Just... You pay attention to the road. Hang on. Did he turn?
He's at the stop sign.
That was the truck that we just seen. It was turned on. He was like in it, right? Or someone was in the truck at where her house was. That house, like, as far as I can remember, has been empty, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He agrees. Sorry, I don't want to shine light in your face. So are we done there? Are we going to go on to the next place? Because if so, I'm going to stop recording and we'll go to the next place, I guess. Because it should, hopefully it'll get creepier. Sorry, guys. We'll be back.
We'll be back. Eventually.
Alright, guys. We are about to spook light. It's a really bumpy road. Sorry. Gravel road.
Yeah, bumpy.
So hopefully something happens here. Hopefully at least you see a light. I'm really going crazy. Hang on. Alright, so that was a bus, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to watch the footage once we get home and see, but so far that we know, nothing really happened. Okay, is this the hill right here? This is what we're going over?
Yeah.
Alright, so right here is where we're supposed to turn around and, yeah. We're supposed to turn around up here by a tree that looks, can't say what it's supposed to look like, but a tree that has like a hole in it. If something is here. Can you see that? Can they see it?
I have no idea. I hope to God they can.
Oh my god, I don't think they can. Maybe we should go out. Oh my god. Yep. There it is. There's the light. There it is. Oh, I don't think you can... There. Okay, you can see it kind of. Is it getting closer to us? Trey just honked the horn 3 times again. It is fucking getting brighter. What the hell, dude? Turn the car on. Turn the car on. Is that a car? Let's see if it's a car. Start doing it. Well, I mean, I continue to see it, so it might be a car. So, put on the car, guys. That was definitely a light. Everybody saw it. So we're driving towards it. Turn. This is the road right here. This is Spook Light Road right here. So if it's a freaking car, where's it at? Because we have not seen shit turn. It is not a car. You cannot turn for miles, guys. Oh my god, I have chills. I have actual ass chills right now. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, chills.
Still no car.
No way! Oh my gosh, are you crying?
A little bit.
Oh my gosh, this is nuts. This is nuts. Okay, whoa, alright. Last play, no, we have 2 more places to go. Oh my gosh, are you nervous?
Oh my gosh, still no car, people.
Alright, still no car. We have just seen the light. Alright, we gotta go. We're gonna charge the battery. See you at the next place.